to Experience Labs. My name is Prince, and in today's video I am going to create an AR app where we control our model animations using voice command. For this app I am going with Jetpack Compose, but it can also be done using XML. If you want to see how we can implement AR in XML, I have that video on my channel and the link of that video will be in the description below. So let's get started. I am in Android Studio and now I will start by creating a new project. And I'll name this project Astronaut. You can name it whatever you want to. First thing first, we have to add the dependency of the library which we are going to use, and in this case we are using AR SceneView. We have to add its Gradle dependency, so we have to wait till this project is configured. I have to add dependency here. In the first part of the video I will implement AR functionality, and in the second part I will implement speech to text, and the timestamps will be also provided. In case if you want to switch directly to speech to text, you can. I will create a new package, screens, and here we have our home screen as well as our AR view. Home screen, this is composable home screen, and an AR view. We have to call this home screen in our main activity. I will replace this with our home screen, and now we can remove this. We will implement this one by one. First I will implement AR view. Here I will get our AR scene, and I'll wrap this inside a box modifier dot fill max size, and we call this AR view inside our home screen. AR view. That's it. So we will start by providing the parameters that AR it takes nodes, and we have to create one. Well, nodes by remember mutable state. List of nodes is none other than our AR nodes or our 3D nodes that is present in our screen, and the list represents the collection of nodes. That's why here we use mutable state list of AR node. And this will be create nodes is equal to remember. Let me zoom it a little bit for you guys. I think this will be good. This will be good. Remember mutable state list of, and this will be of type AR node, and we will use that here. It will also take a modifier, so let me modifier dot fill max size. So this is good. It will take a plain renderer, and we set it to true for now, and it will provide us with a callback AR SceneView, and we use this AR SceneView to set our light estimation mode. AR SceneView dot light estimation mode. This will be our light estimation mode dot disabled for now. We have few options available, and next what we have to do is we have to load our model, our 3D model. Let me do that here. I will create val model node is equal to remember mutable state of, and this will be of type AR model node. For now it is null. And we set that model node here is equal to, and we load our 3D model here. This will be our AR model node, and the placement mode will be instant for now, because we want to see our model as soon as possible. And apply, it will provide us with the AR model node. Here we load our load model a GLB async, and it needs a model file location. We don't have any model till yet in our project, so what I do is I will create an assets folder, and there we place our 3D model. Okay, I have downloaded one 3D model of astronaut from Sketchfab, and you can get that from my GitHub repo, and the link of that GitHub repo will be in the description. Assets. I will create a new directory with the name models, and here I paste my astronaut. And now I will provide this with the link of that 3D model, astronaut.glb. It takes few parameters too, like scale to units. You can set, I will give this to 1F for now, and we can set few more properties like play animation, but we have to animate this on our voice command. So I will leave this for now. We'll comment this. I will come here later in the video. Till then, let's create few more things. we get few callbacks here, like on anchored, we get few callbacks here on anchor changed, which means when we change the location of a model, it will change as well. Now what we have to do is we have to add this model in our nodes list. Okay, model node dot, not like this. I will add nodes dot add and model node dot value, and this will be of non-null, and this will be of type non-nullable. Let's try running this app and see what we are getting in our screen. Okay, so I will connect my phone and build this app. First, one more thing I have to change here is I have to change this compile SDK to 34. We will create a button on click of which we anchor that model in a scene. I will create a button. What happens? Okay, not here. We have to create it in the box button, and this will be a simple text. The text will be place it. This looks fine, and when clicked we will anchor our model node dot value. We check it should be in anchor. Let's try this and see what we get. So we have to place our button at the bottom of our screen. So I will add a modifier, fire.align, and we will align that at the bottom center, and some padding, bottom around 50 dp. One more thing, we have to hide this button when we get our model anchored in a scene. So to do that, we get few callbacks from our AR model node here, like on anchor changed. What we do now is we create a boolean value to set the visibility of this button and change that boolean according to our model anchored. So if the model is anchored, we change this to false, which means our button will not be visible in our scene. Let me show you how we can do that. Well, place model is equal to, remember, mutable state of, at first it will be true, which means show the button, and if the model is anchored, we change this to place model is equal to is anchored, and we wrap this inside if place model, then show the button, like this. So when the model is loaded for the first time, it will play the animation name idle, and we change that name of this animation according to a voice command. And the voice feature will be in our home screen. So AR view will take an animation and it will be of type string. So what I will do is I will pass this animation here, animation, and in the home screen now it requires animation, and let me create animation by remember mutable state of, and this will be of type string, and at first it will be idle, and we pass this. So the reason why I'm doing this is we have to change this animation according to our voice command. One more thing we can use by, and we place this to here where this is done. Let's run this and see what we are getting. One more thing we can do, we can change this after a few delay to check either we are updating our animation or not. This will be null, and with the delay of 5 seconds, we change our animation from idle to wave and see whether we are getting a result or not. So I will run this. So why we didn't get our updated animation? So the reason behind that is we have to recompose that model node with a new animation. And how we can do that? We will use launched effect here. First, we will remember our animation, which means whenever animation gets updated, we have to rerun this nodes. And here what I will do is launched effect, and the key will be animation. Now what I will do is value.play animation, and this will animate the animation which we got from our home screen. But the problem here is we have to stop at the previous animation. For example, at first we are getting our idle animation played. Whenever we switch to next animation, we have to stop the previous one. So how I will do that? I will create a state previous animation member new table state of, and we have to hardcode this, and this is idle, same. And what we do is before playing the animation, if we have to stop previous animation, and we can replace this by change val to where. This looks good, and we will update our previous animation with the new animation. This will run. And now let's implement our speech to text functionality. For that, I will create a new file here with the name speech to text manager. Speech to text manager, and this will be of type object. Here we will have a date and it will have speech recognizer, and here we have our initialize function. Initialize, and we call this function on our activities on create method. It will take a context, and we start speech recognition. It will take a context, and one more function which we call when we start listening. It will take a few callbacks like on speech started, on speech stopped, on speech error, and this will gives us error as well. And last and important one will be on speech result. It will give us with the list of string. We will have an object of recognition listener, check of we have to override its members, and we call our callbacks here one by one. I will change this to results, and on beginning of speech we call our on speech started. And the reason why I'm having this callbacks is we have to set our lottie animations, like we have to enable or disable our lottie animation on the basis of either the speech is started or the speech is stopped. So that's the reason. And on the end of speech I will call on speech stop. sys2 error, on speech error, and this will take an error which we get from here. In the main thing here, well, matches is equal to results dot get string array list speech recognizer dot result, this results recognition. And now what we do is we will dot let, and we return this on speech result it. We have to create an intent to start our speech recognition. Well, intent, and this will be of type cognizer intent dot action recognizes speech, and speech recognizer dot start listening, and pass this intent here. One more thing we have to do is we have to set our recognition listener. We create few more functions. We will create few more functions to stop the listener or to destroy the speech recognizer. Stop listening. Destroy, and we call this on our destroy method of our activity, which means whenever our app is so this looks fine, this will work. But what I will do is I will create a composable wrapper for this whole speech to text manager. The reason behind that is it will make our work more easier, and it will also help you to understand things a little bit more in a better form. I will create a composable speech to text wrapper. It will also take few parameters as our speech recognizer, but in addition to that we also get listen enabled, and this will be of type boolean. Few callbacks like on speech started, on speech stopped, on speech error, and on speech results. We wrap our speech recognizer in a launch defect, and the key will be listen enabled. If we are listening, which means listen enabled is true, we will start our speech to text manager dot start listening, and else stop it dot speech to text manager dot stop listening. And now we pass our callbacks one by one. The first one is on speech started. It will take on speech started, on speech stopped, on speech stopped, on speech error. We will change few things here. result. What we will do is on speech result we pass here. This looks nice. Instead of passing error directly, we will convert it into a readable format so that we can toast it whenever the error occurred. I have written a text code. Let me copy it from so this is the types of error which we can get, and what I will do is I will pass this error message on error, speech error, we will pass our error message, and we change here from int to string. Before adding this to our AR, let's check it whether it is working or not. I will call it here in my home screen speech to text wrapper, and we have to create a state. Let me move this at the bottom. Where listen enabled by remember mutable state of false, which means we have to click a button to set this true, and the speech, which means listening, will start. Listen enabled. On speech error, we will toast this one. For now, let me log this. Log.e speech error. This will be this one. And we have to take this results and show it in a text format. For a temporary use case, what I will do is I will create a box. This is for now only. We will replace this, and this will take a full space. Modifier.fill max size, and here we will have our text. This shows the result of our on speech result. I have to create where speech result by remember, this will be a string, and I'll replace this to speech result, and we align this text in the center of a screen so that everyone can see that. Modifier dot align alignment dot center, and we have to set that string it dot join string, and this will be like this. Let's run this and see whether it is working or not. One more thing, we have to create a button too. So let me create that button, on click of which we will change our listen enable from false to true and start our listening. Listen enable to true. Okay. And here we have a simple text called speak. Speak. Let's run this and see whether it is working or not. if you are getting your app crashed, we need to call this in our main activity too, and here I will call our speech to text manager. Speech to text manager dot initialize context, and on destroy method we will destroy our speech text manager too. On destroy speech to text manager dot destroy. And one more thing we have to do to avoid our crash is we have to remove this one. Now we are set. Everything is looking good, and the last step is we have to just replace our animation to this speech result. Let me do this. I will remove this one, and instead of speech result I will update our animation. So whenever we speak any words which is our animation's name, the animation will call and it will play on our model. We have to do this, and let's try it. So our model have few animations. For example, we have wave. One more thing we can do is when the speech is stopped, which means when the listening is stopped, we can enable our button again. We can do this here, and listen enable will be false, which means it will be clickable now as well. Let's run this and see whether we are getting a result or not. We have to remove this launched effect because we are now updating our animation using our voice command. Now a few more things left. We can replace our listen enable button with a Lottie animation where we see our mic input animations like things. Whether if you have seen any recording apps, we see when the app is recording, we see a waves like animation. We can replace this by it. So I have downloaded a Lottie animation for that. Let me add this here and see how it is working. And you can have this code on my GitHub repo, and the link will be in the description below. And if you are watching till here, one request, you can subscribe this channel for the more such amazing projects and hit that notification bell. This is it for this video. We can modify this app to create apps like Talking Tom where we get our modulated voice input. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.